Okay, last day, and plan for today is digging a little bit into Polymer. Um, there's a lot of stuff to cover, and there's a lot of stuff to cover both on the altering side of creating Polymer components and also using uh, components made with Polymer, and hopefully we'll be able to see all that today. And just as a recap, yesterday we were like checking out why should we use web components, checking out like what's the real use case for that, what all developers have been struggling with. Reusing components is not that easy today, a lot of problems. So we saw what web components are and what they enable in the end. So there was a lot of work yesterday, a lot of new stuff to learn. But I like the way we went for the week. We explored some APIs, and then yesterday we were like putting together 4 different APIs in the same file. So it was great. And then we came down to Polymer. So yesterday we also covered why should we use Polymer, some common misconceptions like, is Polymer a polyfill? No, it's not. How Polymer is different from Angular, Ember, and other frameworks like this, the browser support for Polymer. And then today we're going to start installing Polymer. How can we obtain Polymer? What is the best way? And we're going to explore all that. So there are several ways that you can install this library, and we can do it through Git, by downloading a zip file, or using Bauer. And I just want to like explore those alternatives so you can understand exactly why are we using the one that we're going to use. So Git's the first one. So let's all go ahead to the Polymer repo on GitHub. So it's github.com/polymer/polymer. Go to this URL. Once you got there, you need to download and you need to clone this Git repo. So you can just go there and copy this URL over here and clone it. So does everybody have Git on their machines? Yeah? Cool. That's important.
We don't want to clone it to the desktop?
You can clone it anywhere. We're not going to use it this way right now for the rest of the day, just to show how is that. So I'm going to go ahead and clone it with you. I'm just going to put this. Okay, so I just cloned this repo, and Polymer is like this library that we want on our project, and we also depend on Web Components.js for this to work everywhere, right? If we're talking about a real project, we need Web Components.js. And what's the problem of fetching Polymer just using Git? Let's check it out. We have all these files. We we have like contributing, changelog, have this index, we have a lot of stuff. We have the test folder, we have the source, which is like spread in a bunch of different files. We have an explainer. So we have all those stuff, but do we need the task folder? If we're just consuming this code, this is like for those people who are maintaining the project. So by fetching Polymer using Git, you get more stuff than you actually need, and also you don't get the dependencies. On this case, you don't get web components.js. So if you just clone your repo, there are a number of dependencies that you're not going to fetch because you're just using it. So this is one alternative to fetch Bauer. The other one is downloading a zip file. So go to this URL and download this zip file.
I'm downloading Git right now.
Okay, you got that?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
I'm sorry, do you go to that in Git or just do it on Windows?
Okay.
What?
Do I go to that within Git or just do it
No,
in Windows?
just go to your browser and type out.
Okay. Yeah, downloading Git right now, sorry.
So I'm gonna download this. So I got a zip file, and on the zip file, I have this Bauer components folder. So this alternative is pretty good because it shows us that it gives us the Polymer library and just what we need to consume and to use Polymer. So it doesn't come with the source, the test, like documentation stuff. It doesn't come with that. Just with the files that I need to use in order for Polymer to work. And it also comes with their dependency, which is web components.js. So you have exactly what we need with web components.js, and not all the files that you would get if you clone from GitHub as well. So if you check it out, the repo, there's a lot of stuff, tests, workbench, all those stuff. But if you just download the zip file, then we get everything we need to just use web components.js.
So I know you gave us a short URL, but where's the source? Where does this come from?
It's coming from, like, I got the big URL from Polymer,
Oh, okay.
and I'm just putting that to be easier to,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So if we just go to Polymer,
Yeah, polymerproject.org, and
okay, yeah, that's it.
they have it there.
Okay.
This one is good. We got the files we needed, and we can just start playing with Polymer this way. But there's a problem with that. What if Polymer updates to a new version? So if Polymer updates to a new version, we're not going to get this new version. If Web Components.js updates to a new version, we're not going to get that as well. So this one is good because we have the files that we want, but at the same time, we want to get those updates. So let's check the other alternative, Bauer. So Bauer is a package manager, and the idea of package management is that you don't need to care about updates or about calculating the dependencies. If you got one package, it will calculate all the dependencies for you. And the nice thing about Bauer is that you can just update packages really easy. You can install packages really easily. So let's go ahead and like this is the website. This project was made by Twitter, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. There's a lot of packages there. So we can get anything we would like. So if you go to Bauer.io/search, we can get anything like jQuery. And I can get this jQuery file upload. And this jQuery file upload is a plugin that depends on jQuery. So the plugin author described that it has a dependency. This dependency is jQuery, and once you try to fetch this component, it will bring you the component itself and all the dependencies that it needs. And here's how you're going to install Bauer. So I can just remove this. So try to run this line. Like, how many of you have Bauer installed in your machine? Okay, most of you. So for those who doesn't have, go to your terminal, npm install -g Bauer.
If you do Bauer-V or Bauer-version, I'll show you if you got it right.
Yeah, if you go to a terminal and this works, then you're good to go. If that's not the case, you need to install it using npm.
Do we need a few minutes? Raise your hand if you're not there and need help.
I got a question while that's running.
Okay.
When you do a global install, where does it put it? Is it
So npm puts on in your use folder. I guess it's like depends on the operation system, but it's gonna be user bin and all that. So the difference with when you're installing something globally is that they are gonna put on this global node modules folder, and you're probably gonna have this command available, like the command of your package available. So this is installed globally on your machine, so you can run it from any folder. If you install Bauer, if you do like Bauer install jQuery, I'm only gonna have jQuery on my no, npm, sorry. So npm and Bauer are different. But if I install something with npm on this folder over here, I only have npm over here, node modules. Okay? But there are some modules that I want to run from my command line. There are some utilities that I want to run from my command line. It's not the case for jQuery. If you try to install jQuery globally, it's just going to put the jQuery files on this folder that it's on your user. Yeah, whatever directory it is. But there are some modules that they also give you some command line tool. So you can, like, there's one that I created. It's called GH on npm. So I was doing a lot of stuff with GitHub, and I wanted to do those things faster. So, like, if you just install this package over here, you can do some stuff like listing your pull requests. Oops. FP. So I can list pull requests from a certain GitHub repo. So there are many different ways that you can build NPM packages. Some you can create command lines with that, some may not create command lines with that, really depends. But most of them, if you're installing it globally, they will expose this command line for you that you can play with your terminal, and it doesn't matter the folder that you are, it's gonna run.
Cool.
So to summarize, the benefits to using Bauer to install Polymer is that you get all the dependencies.
So we're gonna get to that.
Okay.